Welcome back, survivalists. Day 2, and we're off into town to get a few things, a few goals for today. We need to get some food, get some skill books, get a deer. Best thing to do if you're hunting deer is let them run away, as long as you can see where they stop. They stop after a certain distance. Provided you can hit them from there, they will prove a stationary target. So our objective is to raid this little town, and there's a couple of things that we need to get. We need to get a skill book, which is the Forge Ahead book, which will let us build a forge and get our iron works up and running. Get a cook pot to cook with would be good. It'll save us some iron at the start. Past that, take any skill books we can, and if we get lucky we'll get a beaker to make some antibiotics, which I'm sure we're going to need sooner or later. Now the difference between these little towns and the city is that once you kill all the zombies, you'll have a spawn free area for at least a few days, which will let us loot in peace. A city will, however, continue to spawn and spawn until you're facing hundreds, and not quite ready for that yet. When you're in this situation, do try and loot as many corpses as you can. A lot of valuable resources to be found, including further weapons, skill books, and materials. The other advantage of killing all these zombies is that we will level up a little, and that will increase the quality of any items that we craft. Nurses are a very important kill to loot, as they can drop antibiotics, healing, and beakers. Hearing a crawler, there he is. Watch out for these guys, they can be hard to see sometimes. If they hit you, they've got the chance of giving you a sprained ankle, which will take 20% off your movement rate for a day. The moldy bread I just looted, that can be turned into antibiotics in a beaker with some nitrate. So hopefully we'll get a beaker today or maybe tomorrow, and I'll be able to show you that. Okay, Forge Ahead book, that's what we need. That's number 1 priority, done. Fantastic. So now a cooking pot or 2 would be good, but if I need to bug out of this town, then we've achieved our main objective. There we go, another level, fantastic. Cooking pots are easiest to find in the kitchens of these houses, or if you're on the edge of a wasteland city, you can try all the broken prefabs that are around the edge there. Now that we've got the Forge Ahead book, we could make a cook pot out of iron, but a little bit wasteful if we can find one simply. Do take vitamins when you can, when you find them. They help increase your wellness. Okay, good. Another couple of skill books. Some gun parts, but they're pretty faulty, so I probably won't use them. Probably just use them for scrap iron. Just make a little room here. All the brass can be scrapped down into scrap brass. Give us a few more spots in our inventory. Lead into scrap lead. Yeah, I'm not going to use those hunting rifle parts, so we can turn that into scrap iron. There we go. You will find these sham sandwiches, they don't have a use in the vanilla game at the moment. You will find that some multiplayer servers have made custom recipes where you can turn the sham sandwiches into moldy bread and thus make antibiotics from them. Alright, let's find a cooking pot, would be good. Let's try this house over here. Take care of this guy as well. The other thing you need to make forges, and you will need to loot them somehow, is the short iron pipes. Now, you find them in trash and on zombies, so you should be able to find one after a little while. If you're struggling to find one, if you smash a toilet, it will drop a short iron pipe. And that combined with 8 stones, you'll be able to make your first forge. Oil barrels used to break down into gas cans, which were used to power... Oh, more moldy bread, that's fantastic. Used to power motorized tools like an auger or a chainsaw. It's okay, we can jump through this hole. If you crouch and then jump through, the game lets you get through those gaps now. Similarly, if there was a gap on the bottom, we could just crouch and walk through. Ah, perfect. Exactly what we need. So, 2 or 3 objectives complete. But good enough to head back to base. Just we'll loot this house out, so I know it's completely looted. Unlike most pieces of clothing and armor, bandanas are purely decorative. See here, we can just duck through. There we go. Oh, this door's going to take a bit of work. I'll just fast forward a bit here. There we go. As you can see from my axe, it's used up a whole axe to get through. But, might be worth it. Let's see what the safe's got. Okay. Pistol barrel, just scrap iron really at this stage. So we'll do that now. It's faulty and damaged, so it's a bit of a waste of effort. However, the 2 green parts might come in handy. The quality scales... Oh, nothing in the medicine cabinet, it's a shame. The quality scales are based on durability. 0 to 100 is faulty, 100 to 200 is poor, 2 to 3 is good, 3 to 4 is fine, 4 to 5 is great, and 5 and above is flawless, with a maximum durability of any item of 600. Dark in here. Can't see if there's anything else. If you need cloth, you can smash the curtains, get a few cloth from them. Yeah, let's do that right. Alright, let's get back to base. Get our iron forge running, I think. Alright, back at base. Forges take a few seconds to craft, so I'll just start crafting one now. 8 small stones and an iron pipe. Alright. Oh, now we've got some venison. I'm going to char some venison. I char it because it also makes you thirsty, and strangely that will also give me the chance to drink goldenrod tea, which will help me boost my wellness. So we'll char that. Now we've got a cook pot. I can fill these jars with water. So the water is has the potential to make you ill. If you boil it in a cook pot, it's healthy as can be. If a river or puddle or pond or anything is not available, if you're near a house, a prefab, and it has a toilet, you can actually fill the jars up from the toilet. I'm sure it's not the bowl, I'm sure it's the cistern that you're filling it up from. Well, I like to think so anyway. Okay, water is cooking. Let's place our forges. Now that clay that we got on day 1, that's going to come in handy shortly, because we'll need to make molds to go in the forges to work with. I'm going to make one for iron, one for glass jars, and probably one for brass, just to get it underway, for bullet casings. So these lumps of clay, 2 pieces of clay will give you plenty of lumps, enough to make your first 3 molds at least. Now we've got 2 cook pots, so I'm going to put another cook pot here just to use for making tea. Ah, good. Wellness increase. Molds, there we go. Iron ingot mold. First most important one. Let's make the bullet casing one, and I'll make a glass jar one, but I guess I'll have to have an empty jar to be able to do that. So I will make some tea, drink the tea, and then use that empty jar from the tea that I've drunk to make a jar mold. Campfires, don't walk through them. You will catch on fire, and although it may not kill you, it will definitely cause some damage and give you a lot of grief at the time. So I'm going to put into the iron forge everything that's scrap iron that I've got, the nails, the tin can, that reinforced club that I'm not going to use. Melt it all down, and what we're aiming for are 3 ingots. If we can get 3 ingots, then we can make our first pickaxe. And with a pickaxe, the ability to gather iron is greatly increased. Okay, our first cup of tea. Fantastic. Now, when you drink the tea, you get the empty jar back. Let's make the jar mold. Same 5 around with the item in the middle tends to make a mold of that item. Same for bullet tips, bullet casings, glass panes if you're inclined to make a glass pane mold. The leftover iron pipes that we've got, I've made some metal strips here. They're going to be used to repair our tools once we've got them made. Okay, now to get some iron. In Alpha 11, they've introduced a cave system, a tunnel system, to have the iron and other resources. Let's take a torch in case we need to see our way. You can spot the caves on your map, they're little black dots. Always good to take some wood with you as well in case you need to make some frames to be able to navigate under there. Alright, so I've marked it on the map and we'll travel there. Oh, fantastic. Well, now ore deposits can appear anywhere during the cave, and this one happened to be right at the start, so it's sitting right there out in the open for us. So I've just gathered one piece of iron ore. Take that back to base. Now, one iron ore will give you 2 ingots. And I think the forge has already got 1, so that'll give us 3, which will let us make a pickaxe. The quality of the pickaxe that we craft is based on our level, so shooting those zombies before was an advantage. Let's burn this old stairs and ladder and be put to good use, just adding fuel to the fire for us. Yep, we'll have 3 shortly. There we go, there's 3. Level 7. So I'll be crafting durability 20 to 120. So let's hope it's at the higher end of that scale. Fantastic. 101. Ha, good. Just over the threshold. So not only does the tier level affect how much damage it does and how quickly you gather resources, but also can affect how quickly the item will degrade. So faulty items will degrade a lot quicker than good quality or flawless items. Alright, that's enough ore. I got 8 ore. That'll give 16 ingots. That's definitely enough to get us started. Enough to make a hoe for doing some gardening, a fire axe for helping to chop wood, trees, and to break into houses. Oh, there's some lunch. Come on, rabbit. Oh, it died on the spikes. Okay. Great. I'm sure that'll make a meal tomorrow. Get this iron into the forge. Now, the risk of running forges and campfires like this is that I will have started creating a lot of heat on the heat map, and you might have heard about this. Essentially, it's a level of activity caused by fighting and making noise and running campfires and these sorts of things, and it can attract the attention of spider zombies. Spider zombies are scouts for hordes. Now, there are different types of hordes in the game. Those that are called for by spider zombies, I tend to call it activity hordes, just to distinguish them. I call them activity hordes because essentially they're there because of your activity. So when you see spiders, if you don't want the horde to come, shoot the spiders or snipe them as fast as you can. However, they tend to only call basic mobs. They don't call cops, they don't call dogs. The mobs are just your run-of-the-mill zombies, so you can use them for target practice or leveling up in a, I wouldn't call it a safe way, but as safe as it's going to be. Alright, gardening hoe done. What seeds have we got? We've got, I think, a couple of coffee here and a corn, so we'll start a little garden and get those planted. For farming, easiest to walk backwards on a north-south or east-west axis. Find a nice spot that's relatively clear of grass, so you don't have to worry about it at the same time. There we go. I will do one more. Yeah, easy. That's enough to get us started. I'm hoping to find a couple of potato seeds and maybe a bit more corn. I've hoed more than I need just to make it easy for me planting a few more seeds if I need to, without having to get the hoe out again. Next on the agenda, a fire axe. Let's see if we're lucky again. Remember, it'll craft 20 through 120 durability, so let's see how we go. Faulty. 29, no. Not happy with that. We're gonna make another one, and we're gonna put this one back in the forge and get some refund on it. 62. Oh, okay, that'll do. You don't get all the resources back putting the axe back in the forge. You can scrap it or put it straight into the forge. Either way, you get the same amount of iron back, which is half of what we spent to make it. So at least we get one ingot back out of the 2 that we spent. Alright. Glass jars are made, so we can fill those up and have our water supply nice and healthy. Okay, just one more hour of daylight left, so let's see what else we can get done today. We've done well today. We've got the forge up and running. Got a healthy water supply. We've got food. We've got the first coffee planted. Still alive. It's got to count for something. Let's boil this water. It's definitely going to raise the heat map, but okay. Our base should be strong enough to handle 20 or 30 zombies. Alpha 11 also sees gore blocks introduced. Gore blocks appear after you kill a zombie. It'll break down into a corpse and then become a gore block. Now, this is important with bases because they will build up and they can end up climbing up into your base or getting over your spikes or trenches and all sorts of things. So you'll need to build your bases in mind with that. That's one reason why I've built this base 5 blocks high, is to account for gore blocks building up, just to give a little bit extra room. There's no such thing as a perfectly safe base anymore, but you can make it so that it can take hundreds of zombies to get into your base. Just going to do a quick run into town. Got another half an hour of daylight. Might get lucky. Just do a little more looting. Axe getting through those twice as fast as the stone axe, even with 0 stamina. Another forger book. Not needed, but I don't know. It still always feels... Oh, rabbit. Can I get it? No. Yep. No. Okay. Not worried. Okay, big shop over here. Be interesting to see what it is. Could be a hardware shop, could be a gun shop. I think it's a gun shop. I'll find out in a minute. Loot all cars that you find. Great chance for tools, power tools, a bit of gas. I'm sure that'll come in handy later. It is a shotgun Messiah. So if we get in there, we can hopefully get some decent weapons. But we still need to read a couple of books about making ammunition and such forth. Be good to get in. Oh, it's dark in here. Okay. Can't really. I didn't bring a torch, so I'm gonna be able to do too much in here. Can't even see where to loot. Okay, and I'm hearing footsteps, so I might just do a quick couple of loots and get out, I think. So these chests you need to smash open first, then you can loot. Oh, sniper part as well, that's kind of cool. A couple of purple parts. Okay, here come. Okay, they're running already. Sun sets at 6. After that, they start running. Oh, jeez. I don't need to use a bandage to stop this bleeding. Whenever you get hit, just let your eyes cast over to your icons on the left. I don't think they're following me. Are they following? I don't think so. And just see if you're bleeding. If you're bleeding, make sure you stop it as soon as you can. Use a bandage or a first aid kit. Alright, back at base. 11 ingots, fantastic. Doing well here. Just fast forward a little here. We're going to repair the tools. A few zombies have come. Nothing too major, there's only about half a dozen of them down there. I'll let them die on the spikes and then hopefully I'll get a chance to go down and loot their corpses. Just tidy up. Now I'm going to render this fat into tallow. It'll let us make some candles. Oh, they broke a piece. Okay. So there's one bit of damage on the base down there somewhere. I'll have to find it shortly. I'll just see if it's in the... if I can access it from the inside. Then I can repair it straight away. Don't see it. Okay. Sounds like they're almost all dead. Might be one more. Yeah, there he is. Damaged already. There we go. One more shot. Got him. Oh, another gun. Fantastic. It's pretty dark, but I can just make out these corpses. We'll loot these. Just get this bonus loot. See the corpses turning into gore blocks there. Pickaxe works very well for getting rid of gore blocks. Normally one hit. There we go. Just a bit of damage will fix that up. Done. Fully intact base again. Ready for more. Let's have a look at this weapon. Another green one. Fantastic. Now pistols, when you find them, they will come fully loaded. You can get the ammo out of them if you need to by putting it in the breakdown slot. But for now we're just going to keep that as a nice loaded weapon. Let's get these bullet casings working. Oh, okay, now that sound, that's some spiders coming to investigate. Now it's night time, I haven't really got the equipment to get down there and kill them. Not in any orderly fashion, so we are going to have to just suffer through a horde coming. But it might mean that we get some kills. I'm going to take one of these ingots, break it down into forged iron into pipes, and then to metal strips. That'll give us a stack of 60 metal strips used for repairing the pickaxe and the axe. Oh, it's night time, so there's dogs in the horde as well. I think they've come separately. There we go, let's see if we can shoot some of these. Cool, okay, let them come up. Let's get a few kills. shots left. There we go, there's another level. Like that. I'm going to try and loot this nurse without getting too close so I don't get smacked. Alright, out of ammo on that one. Let's swap it out, let's use up this other pistol. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, there's a body that's fallen down there and it's created a gore block which is starting to bridge the gap there, so definitely with getting rid of this gore block too. Oh, I got the nurse. Ah, just a jar, okay. Get rid of these gore blocks, there we go. Make sure they don't bridge the gap and get into your base. Be very unpleasant. There's only a few zombies left now. A couple of crawlers down there. I'll try using a bow. There's one. There's a fatty there. Get him. No easy shot on him. Might jump down, let's see. Oh no, should be able to get him. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. So the base held up to, that was probably 20, 25 zombies. Time to clean up. Hearing footsteps. What do we got? Runners. Oh, running straight past the base. They can go for their run. Not too worried about them. Just keep an ear out in case they get close. Oh, here's one. Okay. Oops. No, okay. Try again. Oh, okay. Ow. Oh, bleeding again. Oh, now, I normally keep a bandage on my hotbar at all times, so it's, you can see why it would be a good thing to do. Definitely stop that bleeding as quickly as you can. Take some painkillers, heal up a bit, and I think we'll make 3 more bandages and just have them on the hotbar there. Yeah. Well, that's about it for day 2, sorry. I'll continue on day 3. But a successful day. We got the forges up and running, got the water cooking, got the tea made. Doing well. Tallow to make some candles. I think, yep, we'll do that as well. Let's make half a dozen candles. We'll put them around the base, just so the area's a bit more lit up. If it comes to it, it makes fighting easier. And also means that if you're running towards your base during the night, you can see it a lot more easily. Another zombie stuck on the spikes there. Sounds like a crawler. Yep. Okay. One more kill. So the goal of tomorrow will be looting that shotgun Messiah, getting better armed, and maybe loot the town, see what we can get from it, get the skill books that we need to be able to make everything that the game has unlockable. There we go. Day 2 survived.